And man, you know, the week before, guys, the freaking second this guy talks, you have to understand the markets when you're trading. It's like it goes within 5 minutes. Like points go up and down, like 100 points. Like, oh my gosh,
that fast?
It's very, very hard to trade in those moments. You know, so that's why you have to go. Size is small. You know, size has got to be small. Your account is, you know, if you have $10,000, you have to go really small amounts because you're gonna get whipsawed. You know, and for me, it actually happened to me.
Yeah, but now, correct me if I'm wrong, because everything in the market is down now, right?
Yeah, like so it went down. It did the 10% down. Now it's in the correction mode right now. Like that's, you know, when people say that it's, you know, bull market and there's the bear market. Now it's in correction mode. Like it is kind of like in the bear territory.
All these rich freaking corporations, they're all investing and they're all gonna make money now, right?
No, people are still shy right now. I'll tell you that much. They're still. There's smart people.
Maybe because they're waiting for it to go more down.
It could go down. That's why right now we don't have confirmation. When there's confirmation that, okay, you know what the confirmation is, guys? This is what I expect. By now, from now till fall, the American central bank will quantitative easing. They will print again. In other words, they will create liquidity for the market. When that happens, it's going, you know, again to the moon. Why, guys? Because interest rates are still too high. There's a rollover of debt in the United States, money that has to be a new interest rate, so that all that money that is invested at a certain amount of interest rate, which is lower the past 2 years, 3 years, now is going to be rolled over to this interest rate. So the United States are paying $1 trillion of interest per year for their debt, okay? And it could, I don't know, let's say 25% more. That's $250 billion, you know, of more interest. It's huge. So how can they afford that? How can they afford to pay this interest? Well, they're going to have to create liquidity.
So then, do you think if somebody had $10,000 or $20,000 right now, with the volatility that Trump creates and with what you just said, would it not be a good idea then to say, invest in, you know?
Yeah, of course. I you know, roll whatever I had that was going down. I maneuvered it so that I will capitalize if it is a bottom. If it is a bottom right now. We don't know though. I took the risk to say, okay, this is a close way to say that it's a bottom. Looking, I bought Tesla. Me buying Tesla. I never bought Tesla.
That's the thing. People should be investing in it because it's going to go back
Tesla,
up, right?
Yeah, I'd say Vish was talking about also Palantir. You know, Palantir is a freaking great company. What's
Palantir?
Palantir is an AI/software company.
It's security.
This
is Vishal.
Yeah, he had a good idea for that. Hey, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. If you're loving this content, hit the like button and subscribe and join to our awesome community. Ring that notification bell so you'll never miss a beat. Together, we're building something so special. Let's grow this channel and let's have some fun along the way. For some more content, check out these other fantastic channels. You got Checkin' Habs, one-stop shop for all those things. Habs, sports, you know, we got so much information on sports, guys. Come on. Hello. And Check and Report. Stay informed of the latest political news and current events. Hello. So that's it, fam. Come and check us out. But, you know, yeah, for sure. If you're like smart enough to buy a little bit now, can't go wrong. But, guys, buy silver, okay?
Yeah, you've been saying
metals.
You've been saying that.
Yeah, no.
You're saying metals is the way right now?
Yeah, I mean, like gold. Don't get me wrong. Like gold is really high right now. It's at
compared to 2 years ago.
$3,000 American.
It's
crazy.
It's at the all-time highs right now. You know, okay, it's nice to see that, but at the same time, it's creating the signal in the market. It's like something's up.
Well,
yeah,
it's probably because everyone's worried about what Trump is doing, inflation, and gold is really the only one you can really put your money into, and it'll always have value, right? The fiat dollar will just drop, especially
fiat dollar. You got
so everyone's worried what Trump's doing, so let's put my money in something
It's
solid.
not Trump though.
Listen,
You know, it's not Trump. It's
not Trump.
No, it's not even Trump though, Brian. That $36 trillion is not Trump.
No, that's not Trump, but just the volatility of the market right now, or
Yeah, no,
like this. That is Trump,
Of course.
Yeah, but then if you're somebody who's an investor, somebody who's into this, isn't it good that Trump causes this volatility for somebody who's looking to invest money?
If you're expecting to buy at the bottom,
To
yeah,
buy.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, the thing is it's a liquidity trap. You know, you could happen where like all of a sudden like you think it got cheap, but it gets cheaper. You know,
Yeah, of course.
and then people get leveraged, of course, and that like
It's true. You can buy now, think it's cheap, and then even goes even
course.
lower.
Well, you keep
Yeah.
averaging down as you
it's
buy.
nice if you have the cash to leverage to average
Average
down.
down.
But you know, people it doesn't work that way sometimes. You know,
No, you think you're at like you just said. You think.
what's
still-
the anyways? Yeah.
You still haven't changed your idea when I said it's possibly Trump is doing this on purpose
No,
for all these billionaires to sweep up everything super cheap.
I don't think it's because
I don't think
he's
it's,
trying. I don't think he's catering the billionaires. Honestly,
yeah, but hold on.
I don't think it's a crazy idea.
That's the thing. If he's catering to the billionaires, it's not a secret society where you're not allowed to invest in the market. If that's the case, it's pay attention and like, yeah, let the guy speak. Let him do this. It's put money.
But I feel it's only billionaires can really take advantage of that, like buying up everything at the bottom because they have the capital to buy in grand and bulk and wholesale of all these stocks that reach the bottom, right?
it's always going to be that way.
Yeah, but it's always going to
though.
be that case
Yeah.
that you can't control. Whatever money you have to invest, right? Like that's your money. That's what you have.
Yeah.
He's got $2 million to invest. Obviously, his 10 or 20% return is going to be much different than yours. But nobody's saying you can't invest the little you have.
If a company's stocks drops a lot, can't you technically do a hostile takeover by buying up all these stocks cheap and buying the majority of the stocks and
Yeah, so
really
after the
literally
capital.
take over
Listen, the only
companies?
Hold on a second. If somebody's stocks are in the market, there's only a certain amount of stocks you can buy. You can't take over a company and buy all the stocks and own the.
If you buy 51% of the stocks, you own pretty much the company.
Yeah, you
But
do.
don't some companies refrain from putting more than 51%? So you can only buy a certain, so they can continue to be
the whole-
majority owners.
No,
of
whatever stocks in the market, if you own 51% of
I'm
those
just trying to
stocks,
understand.
well, I wouldn't.
If
Steve
it's a
would know
publicly
more.
traded company, you mean, right?
Yes, but usually that's how hostile takeovers happen. No, am I wrong, Steve? Is that how hostile usually?
You know, you have to be a majority. Like going to be 10%,
Majority shareholder.
10% here, 10%. No, but if you own 10%, then you become a majority shareholder because there's so many other entities that are invested in the company. Then you have a seat at the table, and
That's
then
what I'm saying, yeah.
if you're at the executive, a chair now, and you're at the table, and you can actually say, no, I want this. Just like what happened actually, the energy companies, the environmentalists, they actually purchase stocks
So they
of
can have a say.
energy so that they can squeeze the energy
Yeah.
companies to do things that are more ESG. And then all of a sudden these energy companies, they become bankrupt because they can't even do what they want to be doing. They can't
That's
be
fucking
drilling.
genius.
Yeah,
That's
it's genius. Well, I don't know.
Well, if you're anti environment,
Well,
that's smart.
Yeah, that's what they were doing. And that's why, the environmental, let's say energy companies actually stopped doing exploration because they have these people that are hounding. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. And all of a sudden now you don't have as many oil fields going. You don't have as much oil. Like that's, even though right now, like plenty of oil right now at the moment.